Hello, today I'm going to be showing you how to make letters from acrylic paint. These letters are flexible once dry and you can use them on any surface, glue them on, and they give you a good 3D look. They're also good to stick onto surfaces that might be tricky to paint on, and that's why I came up with this idea. Here I'm using Artist Loft Iridescent Medium. It gives a really nice pearlescent finish once dry. To make the cone or the piping bag, I use a 1 gallon freezer bag, and it is cut up so that you just use one side of the sheet. Then you roll it into a cone shape and tape to secure. Once it's secure, you can then put in the iridescent medium and squeeze, I'd say about half a tube into it. A little bit goes a long way, so you'll get a lot of use out of this, and you can store it as well. Once filled, you just roll at the end tightly and use some packing tape to just seal it in, and this will give you a good grip and handle of when you use this. I then printed off the word I wanted to use off my computer, and with packing tape I'm going to cover the entire surface of the word and just press down firmly and then trim off the excess. I trimmed the piping bag to probably 1/4, if not less, centimetre so that it pipes just like icing. Carefully I'm outlining the letter, and I outline the whole letter first and then fill in the middle. Now, because it's quite a thick, heavy medium acrylic, it will show lines, and to avoid that, once you've done your lines and filled it in, just go over with the piping tip and just swirl it, and that should give you a nice textured finish. And I did this carefully with all the letters. As you can see, it's slightly swirled. Once it dries, it will flatten out a little bit more, but it does give you a nice finish. The acrylic I'm using is iridescent. You can see a slight pearlescent finish to it, but once it dries, it will show even more so. If you find that your piping bag is clogged or getting a lot of paint on the end, then do clean it off. It will only help you get a cleaner finish. The beauty of using this technique is that you are able to pipe any size, font, style of lettering of your choice. Instead of going to the store and buying a strip of whole letters, this is basically costing you a tube of paint. So I allowed it to dry overnight, and as you can see, it looks far more pearlescent. And in order to take them off, you simply peel from a corner and lift them off gently. They peel away very easily from the tape, and as you can see, it gives you a really nice finish of a letter with slightly textured and a 3D look, ready to use. A little tip is that if they don't peel off easily, you need to give them more time to dry. It's often that the texture of the paint or the thickness of how much you've applied might affect dry time. So that's a little tip to keep on hand. I like to use Arlene's tacky glue to stick them down, and honestly these letters are great that you can stick them down on most surfaces. I've used them on burlap, wood, canvas, and you can rearrange them however you want. And I decided to just make a little small floral plaque. Arlene's glue dries clear, so even if it sort of seeps through the ends or anything, it will dry clear afterwards, so don't worry about that. Another tip for using a piping bag with acrylic paint is that you can mix any colour that you want and achieve any tone of colour by mixing, but definitely use a heavy body acrylic. It needs to be thick and substantial. And if you're unsure about if it's going to hold up okay, you can even mix a tiny bit of Mod Podge into it, so that when it's dry, it's quite solid and firm. Here I'm just decorating the plaque with paper flowers and buttons and rhinestones, and this is a neat little idea if you want to make a gift for someone. But these letters I have used on so many projects, and it's so easy. Definitely takes a little bit of a firm and steady hand, but once you have the hang of it, you won't need to buy letters from the craft store. You can make your own. If you're hesitant about making the piping bag, just simply use a disposable icing bag for cakes and that will work perfectly fine too. And there you have it. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful and I really hope it inspires you for your next craft project. Thanks so much for watching.